Hey gang, it's Chris from Ecoustics at CES 2026 here at the SVS booth with our friend Nick Brown, the VP of Marketing at SVS. And they've got exciting new subwoofer. They brought their top-of-the-line subwoofer technology down to a smaller form factor that can fit in more people's homes in both a ported and an unported design. I'm going to let Nick talk about how it's cool.
Yeah, so these subwoofers, for their size and class are going to pretty much outperform anything that's out there. We have the sealed cabinet version that you mentioned in the ported. What we're powering these with is a 1200 watts RMS, over 4,000 watts of peak power MOSFET amplifier. And this MOSFET amplifier includes the 295 megahertz analog devices DSP that is present in our 17 Ultra Revolution flagship subwoofers.
Nice.
So this will allow them to just have absolutely the lowest distortion possible from any SVS subwoofer of all time. It controls everything from thermal management to how much current is going into the voice coil. So you're able to get nice, precise bass, even at those highest excursion moments.
Right.
And can we geek out on voice coils? I know voice coils are really exciting. People might glaze over here a little bit.
Maybe not our viewers.
This is the only subwoofer in the entire SVS lineup that features, I'm going to try to get this right, an edge-wound, split-wind voice coil.
Wow.
So when you're talking about a voice coil, you essentially have copper wire wrapped around a former.
Yes.
And what we've done is actually make the copper thicker on the two ends of the former, so you get better linearity as it's going from one X-Max to X-Max excursion point.
Yep.
Then you have more magnetic on the ends of on the poles, essentially, that creates just absolute precision with those mass excursion moments. So ultimately what I'm getting at is that when this thing is expected to step up and hit those peak power moments, it's going to maintain that level of accuracy and control without bowing, without flexing, without providing any distortion. And that's one of the reasons we're able to get such an incredible amount of performance from a relatively small cabinet size to it.
Excellent. And what right now are the specs that you're giving for these new woofers? How deep, how low can they go?
Sure. So the ported version will go down to around 16 hertz. We also have a port plugs that come with it, and within the app, you can run it in different port tuning modes.
Okay.
So if you want to run it sealed, you'll sacrifice a little bit of that extension, but you'll get greater dynamic output as well as better transient response.
Okay.
The sealed cabinet version will go around 17 or 18 hertz. I'm really good at quoting these, that's what it's so we'll call it 17, 18 hertz.
Yeah.
And then again, sealed cabinet subwoofers will benefit from room gain. So you might actually see extra 2 to 3 hertz of low frequency extension, and then 4 to 5 dB of output that you can harness that room gain.
Now, I know that there's going to be room correction for bass EQ coming soon.
Yes.
Do we have an estimate as to when that's going to arrive? A revised estimate, I should say?
This will be about the 12th revised estimate, but right now we are saying in about, I'm going to say 2 months, and I'm going to hope that it's going to be 1 month,
Okay.
but I'm going to give an aggressive and call it 2 months as far as when that's available. Really, we're working on the OTA portion of it right now. Most of all, the software.
Being able to deliver it to people without any bugs.
Android phones are very finicky and there's lots of different versions, but we don't need to talk about how this also just made.
Right. So now the room correction, is that going to apply to everything in the line, or is there only certain models that will be able to benefit from that?
It'll be available in all of the models, as well as the 5000 Revolution and the 17 Ultra Revolution as well. So all of those models, as soon as that OTA is available, will be able to.
Existing customers finally who've been waiting for this for a little while will be able to do a regression. Now, I did hear these, actually the bigger ones, in the demo room.
Yes.
They were moving so much air. I think they blew the roof off. There's no roof in there anymore.
Outside, it's just shrapnel now.
Yeah, it's just shrapnel at the top where these things were blowing everything out. The banners in there, while in the breeze. But can you tell us anything about this little guy?
So this is the most compact SVS subwoofer. It's our 3000 Micro Revolution. And from the previous generation, we went from dual fully active 8-inch drivers to now dual active 9-inch drivers. It also has the 40% increase in amplifier power, that 1200 watt MOSFET amplifier. And we can finally now say that every SVS cabinet subwoofer extends down to 20 hertz. Because the previous micro version did not. This one will hit 20 hertz, which is insane for a micro subwoofer.
20? This is
no, and it's kind of my head.
It's barely bigger than my head.
This thing, people put them in cabinets, they stash them away. It's incredibly musical. And because we use dual active, it doesn't have that sort of curse of previous micro subwoofers that use the passive radiators that sort of dance across the floor when I hit those peak moments. This thing will remain stable. You could balance a nickel on this when it's playing at its highest SPLs.
No dancing subwoofers.
That's right. You want it to stay in its place.
Now what's this? Oh my gosh, look at this. It's a Best in Show award for the 13-inch sub. What's the full model number, pricing, and availability? Please go.
So we're going to be starting to ship these in the next 2 weeks. So if not next week, then early the week after. The PV 3000 Revolution will retail for right around $1,700.
Okay.
The sealed version will retail for right around $1,300, and then the micro version, we're still working out the final pricing on that.
Okay.
So
Does it have a model number yet, or not even yet?
it's the 3000 Micro Revolution.
3000 Micro,
and that will be a little bit more affordable than both of these models, so probably around $1,100 or so.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for the briefing and the details. Always a pleasure. See you so much.
Happy listening to everyone. We love the Acoustics family.